Hi, good day. And this video is regarding issue which has just cropped up finally, though the issue is in pipeline for the last 1 year, and which is 75% reservation for locals for in Haryana private sector job. And for me, I just wanted to share my thoughts as part of an active citizen. And I belong to Delhi, and Haryana is my home state. So, on a personal level, I know many people in Haryana. My family, the entire family is in Haryana. But for me, this rule is one of the dangerous precedent that we are starting in India. So, like, there are many things. Most of the politicians do a lot of stuff for politics. That is fine. And some create short-term damage for the India. Some create the long-term damage for the India. So, be it the reservation, and we have spoken many times that reservation was brought in the constitution as per the founder of the constitution for 10 years. It's a well-known fact. But the problem is once you have done it, then no political party can remove it, because whoever passes that bill to remove that particular law, the entire opposition or the opposition parties will take that as a benefit. See, once again, in this era of all long-term changes and all that, it is, and again speaking, any government who will try to do this, there would be opposition. So GST, just because BJP government brought it, Congress keeps on finding fault. I am sure if Congress would have brought the GST, BJP would have been finding fault still now, because that is how the nature of Indian politics work. So, because farm laws has been brought by BJP, then the opposition party has to be against them, and so on and so forth. So that's a particular thing. But as I said, sometimes few things die their own death. So now nobody talks about coal scam or 2G scam, because BJP won 2014 elections due to that, and then now those particular things are put up in back burners. Rafale nobody is talking about, because that was the 2019 election thing for the opposition parties. But things like reservation hits India, and still hitting India, and may continue to hit India for many more years to come. What are the demerits of that? We have discussed many times in other videos. So similarly, that is similarly with a very small example, when in Delhi the free DTC bus service was offered for women. Now that is something which cannot be rolled back. So now for entire life, for eternity, this particular thing has to be given. Like free electricity till 200 units, free water. So there are few things that if you don't start, it is good. And I think this 75% reservation for locals in a state is going to set again a very, 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 very bad precedent across India. The reason for that is, many of these things, especially when giving jobs to the state locals. So it is not that the people from Bihar were getting, or the cheaper labor was coming and they want to stop it, because this reservation is anyway applicable on slightly formal jobs. So if somebody is working as a cleaner or as a private security guard, absolutely private, who are paid far less than minimum wage, then this rule is anyway not going to be applicable. So this 75% reservation for salaries below 50,000, which is huge segment, which has all your accountants, the junior HR professionals, recruiters in a company, so even lots of white collar jobs, the call center employees, they all will be falling into this, right? And again the manufacturing thing, which is all the industrial belts of Manesar and Daruheda, where all the machine operators and all that, they are falling in the same salary range. Now the starting point for the Indian states were not same. So when we got independence, very frankly, I was not alive then. I am born in 1977, and I really don't know how this change has happened. So I will not say, and so should the people of our generation, right? So if it just go 40 years back, not 70 years back. So I know that's for sure since 1990. So there are 5 states in India which are prosperous overall. The average capita of those states are very high, which are Punjab, Haryana, then Delhi, Goa, which are very, very small states, and Maharashtra. And we call them as, rich states. And then there are definitely five poor states, which is Bihar, Jharkhand, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, and maybe Bengal, with very low per capita income for any reason. So neither Mr. Modi was there at that time, nor Mamata Banerjee was there, not Arvind Kejriwal was there, not Rahul Gandhi was there. So whoever has done it, but since 1990s, this has been the trend. So there are five prosperous states, relatively five really poor states, and then maybe all the states in between. Now what happens till now, the people from those poor states have to come and migrate to prosperous states for finding jobs. Prosperous states actually are prosperous because they have certain advantages. So whereas Punjab and Haryana was always having a great advantage of good irrigation system because of rivers and no natural calamity which a Bihar has to face every year. Maharashtra because of Mumbai and Gujarat again because of the entire export and the port system are present in these two states. Delhi is again capital of country, so they get a lot of advantage of central government presence and expenditure. And again because of capital, the presence of India's first international airport or the two biggest international airports. One became the financial capital Mumbai, other is the national capital Delhi. And practically speaking, India has got five cities only, the proper five metro, which is Delhi, Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, and then you have Chennai, Calcutta, and now Bangalore and Hyderabad. So once again, Pune again comes in Maharashtra, and Ahmedabad comes in Gujarat. So there is no major city in the entire UP, which is Noida, which is slightly developed, Noida, Ghaziabad, which is saving UP, but Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha just don't have anything. And now because the prosperity is in these five states, that's why companies tend to set up their manufacturing plants in these states, because you get local sales in those states. The systems have been built. So why Sanjay Gandhi ji brought Maruti in Gurgaon and not in Patna, I don't know the answer, right? So all these major plants or major now auto components or major auto factories are in either Haryana belt or Tamil Nadu or Gujarat or Maharashtra, right? But I haven't seen a single car manufacturer whose main plant is in Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand or Bengal for that matter, correct? So these are the big industries, none of the big IT companies other than a couple of them having presence in Mumbai. But you have Hyderabad as IT hub, you have Bangalore as IT, you have Pune, you have Mumbai, you have Delhi NCR, which again have Gurgaon, which belongs to Haryana, and Faridabad, which again belongs to Haryana. But Patna or Ranchi or other than Calcutta, the entire Bengal or Bhubaneswar doesn't have neither software nor manufacturing. So what people of those states will do if all these progressive states start giving 75% reservation for the local? So these states will become more prosperous. There would be zero unemployment in these states, and the below 7 states, they will keep on going down, because right now those states are surviving irrespective of the current chief ministers, right? So irrespective of Nitish Kumar ji is in Bihar for 15 years or Naveen Patnaik in Odisha, something has gone wrong in the history in the first 50 years of India independence or maybe before that. But right now the states are not on the same scale. And if we temper like this, that states starts giving local reservation, then it's absolutely unfair. So just because a new child will born, or the guy who was born 15 years back in Bihar or Orissa, anyway they are in less developed state, they don't get right education, they do not get right healthcare, and now they just wanted to do a basic job of 15,000-20,000 rupees a month so that they can feed their large families back in home states, as well as try to give a good future to their kids. We are also snatching that from them. So really bad, will set a very wrong precedent, because this will again put political pressure on the current regimes. So maybe in Maharashtra you will see the current government bringing, so all the prosperous states will now start bringing these ordinances, be it Punjab, be it Haryana, already has brought, Maharashtra has said, Goa, maybe Tamil Nadu, and which are slightly prosperous. But then those other 7 states, which are, Jharkhand, Odisha, Bengal, UP, Bihar, and maybe northeast states, Uttarakhand, where those kids will go to work. So that's very, very bad, very, very dangerous. And I think it doesn't go at all good for the India as a nation. Of course, we are a federal country, but I think if a state government is trying to bring these kind of reservations, they have to be stopped, or these thoughts have to be stopped, in my humble opinion. So do share your comments also on this video, and let's see how it goes. Thanks a lot.